What's the difference between fall color and chlorotic conditions? And for those of you that don't know what I just said, chlorosis is when a tree loses the ability to produce chlorophyll, and how you can see the difference between, just say, fall color happening and a deficiency is by looking at the leaves. And the leaves you see here is we have a pale yellow leaf with a green vein, right? And when there's a severe case of chlorosis at this time of the year, well, you can see these leaves are actually a little sensitive and they're just wanting to fall off. You'll see there's a shrinkage of the leaf. See how tiny that leaf is compared to other leaves that are going to be much larger. I'll go over here, and of course I got to speak over a barking dog. At least this is more of a normal size leaf right there. But what I want to show you, wow, that came off fast, easy. See all the little black spots? That's just because you can say it's temporarily dying. It's just a leaf, right? It's going into senescence. So you see a little bit of color coming out of there, but you see the leaf margin is wilting and dying. And that's because it doesn't have enough chlorophyll to keep it moist and wet. And so now I'm just jumping up here. So we see a little bit more of this. And then what I want to also show is, since even though, well, let's see here, a couple of things I want to show. I'm going to grab up here. Is you notice right where my thumb is, there's a little bit of difference in color on the twig, right by that ladybug there. That's this year's growth. It's only about 1/2 inch. The next node is about 1 inch away from this. So in between these nodes, that's about 1 inch. There's another node right about here, only about 2 inches. For an autumn blaze maple, that is very, very slow growth. That indicates stress. So what we're looking at is the tip growth, and we're determining the annual nodes to say if it's fast or slow. In this case, in this south side of the tree, sometimes you can look at the whole tree and you can determine by just looking at the length of all those little sticks, those little twigs, how much a whole tree is stressed. In this case, there's a deficiency, and it's usually derived from the soil. We live in Colorado Front Range, which is basically because of the alkalinity, it binds up available nutrients, and that causes a downward spiral. And the downward spiral in this case is chlorosis, meaning it will not produce chlorophyll. So we're going to do two things. We're pruning this tree today. We're also going to do a nutrition boost with a trunk injection, and then under kind of another prescription to the client, I'm suggesting a product called NutriRoot. That is a liquid soil fertilizer to start to, oh gosh, do all sorts of goodness. Break up the soil, acidify the soil, add the nutrients it needs, manganese, copper, iron, boron. There's other stuff out there. But that's what I wanted to kind of show. What's the difference between senescence in this tree and just say a chlorotic leaf? Some people don't know the difference, so they might be looking at something assuming everything is okay, but it could be deficient and really struggling.